Last night in his return to Oakland, Rich Hart became the 10th different A's pitcher to start and win a game this year. It does not seem to matter who toes the rubber for the green and gold, as each has shown their mastery on the mound. For all the injuries and changes to the staff, the A's still have been able to hold on to the American League's best ERA. Tonight, Josh Outman, another of the A's replacement pitchers, takes the mound. After missing all of the 2010 season due to injury, the young lefty has shown he is healthy again. On fireworks night, the A's will look to build on last night's 5-run outburst. It's Game 2, A's D-backs, next.
Gorgeous weather on this holiday weekend. We're at the O.K Coliseum for Game 2 of this 3-game series. It is hot weather. We'll see if the ball is carrying, and we'll see if Josh Outman can get the A's their second straight win over the Diamondbacks. It's the Oakland A's hosting the Arizona Diamondbacks. More interleague play, and it's coming up on Comcast Sportsnet, California. Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's Baseball. Along with Ray Fosse, I'm Glenn Kuiper. Hideki Matsui has been in the A's lineup 19 of the last 20 games. Ray, he's in there tonight. And what he's doing, the batting average is still low, but he's producing runs. And I think playing in the field has helped him.
You know, he came in to play for the Athletics as a designated hitter, but under Bob Melvin, especially in the National League parks where the A's were back in New York and Philadelphia, he played in left field, did an outstanding job defensively, as you see here, going into the stands, making a nice play. How about last night? He went on his own, a big stolen base with 2 outs. He was brought in by Ryan Sweeney, and then, of course, a big 2-run double last night in the 4-run 5th inning. All those runs coming with 2 outs. And, oh, by the way, he needs one big one, one long ball to give him 500 combined, playing in Japanese baseball as well as U.S. baseball. That's going to happen eventually. Maybe the next 3 games it will happen. Sunshine, warm weather, the ball's going to be carrying. Maybe this will be the time for Matsui.
And Matsui will be the DH tonight, hitting in the cleanup spot. His A's teammates will take on Joe Saunders, the left-hander. We've seen Saunders a lot from his days with the Angels. He's pitching much better now than he was at the beginning of the year.
11-4 career against the Athletics, all those with the Angels. He's a ground ball pitcher. There's no doubt the approach against him from the right-hander standpoint. Stay opposite field. If you try to roll over, you're going to hit ground balls. He's a good pitcher. It was a big trade for the Diamondbacks to get him from the Angels for Dan Herron. But he's one of those guys from the left-handed standpoint. And by the way, Matsui, 5 of his last 6 home runs have come against lefties, so maybe it's set up tonight to be the big night for Hideki Matsui.
So a matchup of left-handers, Saunders and Outman. Josh Outman for the Athletics. It is a gorgeous night. Fireworks after the game, and a very large crowd is expected. We'll have lineups at first pitch in just a moment.
A's baseball on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by AT&T and by Toyota. Check out the great deals at your local Toyota dealer today.
Well, Josh Outman looking for his 4th one of the year, taking the field with his athletic teammates as it's the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Oakland A's tonight at the O.K Coliseum. Game time weather is brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is now open daily. Gorgeous night, 74 degrees. Lots of sunshine, lots of hot weather all around the Bay Area. So it's going to be a beautiful, already has been, and it's going to continue to be a beautiful holiday weekend weather-wise. Here's the lineup this afternoon into the evening for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Willie Bloomquist will lead off at short. Kelly Johnson slides down a spot. He's at second. Upton and right. Young in center. Pena's the DH. Montero will do the catching. Xavier Nady, Cal product in the lineup tonight at first base. Ryan Roberts at third. And Gerardo Parra left.
Number 88, Josh Outman on the mound for the Athletics. His 8th start for the Athletics this season. He did beat the Diamondbacks in 2009 interleague play, his last and only time he faced the Diamondbacks. And of course, coming off a win last night, the A's behind Outman tonight will try to win the 2nd game of the series and know that tomorrow they have a series victory and looking for a sweep at that point. First and foremost tonight, Josh Outman, last start against Doc Halladay and the Philadelphia Phillies in Philly.
So the first pitch of the ball game is a fastball in there first strike. You see the shadows, which I think they're going to be an issue for a while.
It's only going to get worse. This is pretty nice right now, but that shadow starts hitting home plate, moving out over the pitcher's mound and towards right field. It will be tough early.
Right back up the middle, and Willie Bloomquist on the 2nd pitch of the game has a base hit. The A's line up like this defensively. Connor Jackson is in left field. Coco Crispin center. And David DeJesus in right. Sizemore, Rosales, Weeks, Carter is the infield. And Kurt Suzuki catcher. So Adam Rosales giving Cliff Pennington the night off.
Pitch that Bloomquist hit to center field was a high changeup. A good fastball first pitch, then a changeup was Kelly Johnson last night. A 2-run home run off Ryan Fuentes and made it a 1-run game.
Breaking ball, and that's a strike.
Bloomquist getting a big lead at first base, but his first move is going back to the bat. So base runners at time will shorten up the lead and have the one-way direction going towards second, but big lead, maybe trying to draw throw. That first move is back to first. It's counterproductive. Just going to pick off Chris Carter. Sun right in his eyes. It's a tough sun.
Well, a lot of the hitters were talking about the difficult shadows last night in the first couple innings, and that was a 7 o'clock start. But it's that shadow that's right now right behind the umpire, but you will see that move, and it will not take long to move.
Going this way. This is the way it's going. And
yep.
The right fielder, David DeJesus, will be the last in sunlight by the time the sun starts to set.
Bloomquist again with that big lead. That one bounced into right field, and that's a base hit. Bloomquist will stop at second base. So back-to-back hits to open up the ball game by Bloomquist and Kelly Johnson, and now the big boys come up, starting with Upton.
Trying to go back inside with a fastball, got it in there, but with the hole between first and second quite large, Johnson found the hole there. Remember last Sunday, Josh Outman had a few struggles in the first inning against the Phillies, and finally settled down. Maybe was not completely loose and confident with all of his pitches. It's a little difficult for a pitcher to get loose in the bullpen, and when he takes the mound, takes a 7-8 warm-up tosses on the mound ready to go, that he is at that point completely ready.
Thank you, Justin Upton.
Thank you is right.
Never understood that. Guy with as much power as anybody in baseball. 2 guys on, nobody out in the first inning.
Well, do they say that third place hitting is for your best hitter, not necessarily smartest sometimes. When you see that, because it had to be on his own. Can't believe
Kirk Gibson would give him
the run. I mean, Kurt's get in that spot before, and he's up there to hit. He didn't even look at the signals. Didn't look at the third base coach.
So 0-1 the count to Upton. 13 home runs, 43 runs batted in. Swings through a fastball. And now it's 0-2.
Maybe that swing's indicative of his approach and maybe why he's trying to bunt, because that was a little tardy swing. You're right, he's strong, and that outside fastball is nothing for him to go opposite field with great distance.
A pop up, and that's going to reach the seats. Chris Young in the on-deck circle, just underway. The A's and the Diamondbacks. A's winning last night 5-4. Holding on. Got a little close at the end. Harden, the winning pitcher. It's fun to see him back out on the mound last night and pitching well.
An inning in which the A's scored 4 in the 5th inning, and a lengthy half inning, which I don't think any pitcher would oppose that, to have to sit in the dugout for a guy coming back, making his first start. A little difficult for Rich to come back and feel 100% loose in the top of the 6th. Now the 0-1 fastball is Williams wearing the helmet. He played at third, coaching at third. But after the 0-1 fastball is thrown by Upton with that half swing, then he just threw him a breaking ball right into the speed of his bat.
So another 0-2. And that one is just foul past Carter down the right field line.
A little late on a swing again, almost cost the A's as Carter's off the line, which he should be. That was a late swing by a right-hander, could stick it past the first base bag.
So Upton steps back in. And the 0-2 pitch again. This one's lofted down the left field line and deep, but it is foul well into the second deck. This is a guy who 6 pitches ago tried to bunt.
And that was a changeup that he just crushed into the second deck. Fortunately, it was a changeup at 80, and fortunately got out in front. And that bunt that went 30 feet foul compared to this one that went about 30 feet foul in the second deck. Yes, he has the power. 0-2 still, and you're right. 4 foul balls. Strike 3.
Strike 3 called indeed. Inside corner. Upton didn't like it. So Outman gets Upton, and that's the first out.
Well, the changeup pulled foul. Fastball in. Maybe off the plate, but Jeff Kellogg liked it. I don't think Mr. Upton did. That tells you why right there. Maybe just a little off the plate, but he fouled off 4 pitches before taking strike 3.
So 1 out for Chris Young. Chris Young, good power. He's got 15 home runs. And there's the same pitch, and it's called a strike.
You know what? Stay in there. They're going to give it to you. Maybe a ball the size of a baseball off the plate. Maybe. Jeff Kellogg, the home plate umpire, on the left shoulder of Kurt Suzuki, so he's looking right on the inside corner.
little flare right field, and that will drop for a hit. Bloomquist is going to be waved home. The throw to the plate, offline, the slide, and he just got in. Suzuki grabbed it and then had to turn around and get back to home plate, and he just got there a little bit late as Bloomquist slid in safely.
Well, your description was perfect. A little bit offline to the first base side. Matt Williams not hesitating and sending the runner Bloomquist, and Suzuki went back to feet first slide. And Suzuki had to go that far and then back to the plate and just missed the slide of Bloomquist.
And you saw on that replay, good call by Jeff Kellogg as Bloomquist got in there. So 1-0 D-backs here in the first. And here's Willie Mo Pena. Changeup that hung up there, and Pena fouled it straight back. Very impressive home run last night for Willie Mo Pena. If there is such a thing as a high line drive, that's what he hit last night.
Going downstairs last night, he was down to his t-shirt going in to work out. Talk about a monster.
Yeah, he needs to work out.
Wow.
Big chopper. Rosales charges. He's going to get the out at first. So the runners move up, 2 outs here in the first.
Well, changeup from Rich Hart about 85 miles per hour. Left his bat at about 115 miles per hour, and it got into the seats before Willie Mo could get to first base. The ball was crushed. But Rich Harden settled down. Joe Saunders said, thought I'd hang some clothes on the dry line. Clothesline.
So the runners at second and third, 2 outs now for Miguel Montero. So lefty on lefty. Montero, 273 with 9 home runs and 40 runs batted in. He has a legitimate chance to be an all-star this year due to offensive numbers. We've seen him throw.
Yeah, very good arm. Brian McCann voted, probably voted
I would
in.
think, yeah.
And he won the All-Star game for the National League last year. They got the home field advantage. Had a very good catcher. We saw him his debut when he caught John Smoltz down in Atlanta when the A's were back, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago in Atlanta. It had to be that because Smoltz was still pitching.
Yes, he was.
And pitching well.
So 1-2 to Montero. Johnson is the runner at third and Young at second. High fastball, 2-2. 21 pitches here in the first inning for Josh Outman. To left field, Jackson back. Turns around, settles underneath it. He's got inside, retired. A run on 3 hits for the Diamondbacks. Bottom of the first coming up, 1-0 Arizona. first. So here come the A's in the bottom of the first, and this is their lineup for tonight. Weeks at second, Sizemore at third, Crispin center, Matsui the DH, Carter at first, Jackson at left. Suzuki will do the catching. DeJesus at right, Rosales at short.
Joe Saunders on the mound for the Diamondbacks, and we do not have to hurry because there's a problem with second base. That's all right. Saunders is ready to go. Saunders making his 17th start. 17 starts against the A's. This will be his 18th, and he is 11-4 with the Diamondbacks. Of course, his first start, but he pitched against the A's. As I remember, the Angels, big trade last year. Very good pitcher for the Angels, but traded to the Diamondbacks for the right-hander Dan Herron. And Herron, of course, pitching very well for his new team, the Angels. But Saunders, a ground ball pitcher. As we mentioned, try to go opposite field and see how well you do against him doing that.
Parra, Young, and Upton in the outfield. Roberts, Bloomquist, Johnson, Nady on the infield. Montero in the catcher. So a new left side of the diamond tonight with Roberts and Bloomquist. There's the manager, Kirk Gibson.
Charles Nagy, his pitching coach, to our left, his right.
So Weeks is ready.
The 1984 season for Kirk Gibson, the Tigers under Sparky Anderson, the bench coach Alan Trammell. 35-5 to start the season. First 40 games, you're 35 over.
You should be feeling pretty good.
Well,
what did they win it by?
A whole bunch, and they went wire to wire. Beat the Padres in the World Series. Sparky Anderson said his toughest season managing because after starting out 35-5, they were supposed to win. They did. They had a great club. You had Lou Whitaker leading off and Alan Trammell hitting second, and before you know it, the third batter comes up, first and third, nobody out in the first inning.
Jamal Weeks, 302 is the average with no home runs, 6 runs batted in. Weeks was 1 for 5 last night. So he keeps getting a hit a game and sometimes 2.
And that's quite remarkable for a young man coming to the big leagues after a couple of months in the minor leagues, staying healthy, and then all of a sudden he's thrown into the mix of facing some of the best in the world as far as major league pitchers, and trying to learn each and every one, getting the scouting reports. Probably has visited Adam Roden more than anybody, taking a look at video of the pitchers that he's going to be facing. But it's a challenge for a young player to come to the big leagues and face major league pitching.
That one's drilled right center, but Young was shaded that way, and he makes the catch.
In the Dodge Charger keys to the game, Joe Saunders, ace killer. Do not let him get on a roll, which he has throughout his career against the Athletics for the Diamondbacks home run hitting team. Try to keep them in the park. Last night was not the case, as 2 were hit. Pena and Johnson. A's hit 2 in a game on Thursday.
How about that?
First time in a month. That's not good.
Sizemore all the way up to the second spot tonight. And he grounds that one past a diving Bloomquist into center field. So the A's have their first hit.
Well, he's a ground ball pitcher. He's looking at second. Joe Saunders is to find out who's going to be covering, but change up, down. And fortunately, Sizemore hit it hard enough that the diving Bloomquist could not get to it. You like to see guys dive like that when there's a runner on second. There's a chance he's going to score. Take a chance of hurting yourself by diving balls that you're not going to throw a guy out anyway. I guess if you play for Kirk Gibson, you want to get as dirty quickly as possible.
You don't want to get hurt either.
That's true.
.268 the average for Coco Crisp. 1 for 4 last night. Had a 2-out RBI hit and a 4-run inning for the A's. We talked to Coco after the game. It's always fun to talk to. I think Coco misses the leadoff spot, though, don't you?
He does. I think he is hopeful, as he was talking about with Josh Willingham. Once Josh does come back, we hope soon, that he might move back in that spot. Or might move up a spot, keep Jamal Weeks in the leadoff spot. Well, last night going back to the wall and pulling the ball back in. Perhaps it's going to be a home run. At that point right there, it looked like it was as he went up right next to the wall.
Matsui in the on-deck circle. There's the shadows. Look, they're already between home plate and the pitcher's mound, so that took less than an inning. Two and two now to Coco.
Saunders pitched for the Angels, and he being a left-handed pitcher and a runner at first base, the first baseman played in and towards second base off the bag, so it was throwing back to a moving target. This time Xavier Nady, the first baseman, is actually on the bag, so a different setup for him. Sizemore getting that one-way lead towards second.
Coco just gets a piece of it. Coco has faced Saunders 21 times in his career. He's 6 for 21, and he does have a home run. Bounced to Saunders, who got his glove on it and knocked it down, and by getting his glove on it, probably avoided a double play. I think that ball was going to go right to one of the middle infielders.
You're exactly right. The ball just to the left of the mound, headed towards shortstop, where Bloomquist was going over to cover second or to try to catch the ball. But pitchers just react instinctively to try to catch the ball, and you're right, that was a direction headed right towards second, but the speed of Sizemore moving on contact, able to get to second base. The smart move was to get the first out, or at least an out at first for the second out.
So RBI opportunity for Hideki Matsui with a runner at second.
Last night, 1 for 2, double, 2 walks, 2 RBI. Where's the stolen base? It was the highlight of the night.
Yeah, and scored a run.
First since 2007. We got to put that in bold letters. Well, I was happy to hear, and of course at the time we didn't know because we're not privy to any of the signs, but once the first baseman moved off and was not holding him on, Matsui did that on his own. Stole second on his own. Bob Melvin very happy to see him be aggressive and smart enough to realize he was not being held. Stole second and scored on the single by Ryan Sweeney. Made it a 1-1 game. I don't know. Do you know the signs?
I do not know.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought maybe I was speaking out of turn.
Do not know the signs. You know, I don't know that I want to know the signs. I'd rather just let the game unfold. I don't want to know what could possibly happen.
Because we might miss it.
Well, yeah. I would miss the sign. You're right. I would.
Yeah, we could get ready to say, and there's a hit and run, and oh, missed it.
I'm pretty sure they're going to hit and run here.
I have known broadcasters who have asked the third base coach, give me the sign so I can sound like I know what I'm talking
well,
about.
Yeah, that's
well, a little far, though. One guy I did remember, Eric Carlson, when he played first for the Athletics. You know how the calls come from the dugout as far as to the catcher, whether it's going to throw over or pitch out or whatever?
Yeah.
He knew those signs, and his head was in the dugout. I remember in Baltimore looking in the dugout, and I said, you can't be looking in the dugout. What if he throws over on his own? But he wanted to know if throw was coming over, otherwise he'd cheat a little bit. So it's pretty smart on his part.
Yeah.
But, well, you don't want to miss one. That ball thrown when you're trying to move off, and it goes past you for an error.
Slowly hit towards short. Bloomquist has it. Side retired. A's get a hit. They strand a runner. We're moving on to the second inning. 1-0 D-backs.
Chevy's field box seats and a chance to go to a 2011 World Series game. And online at ChevyBaseball.com/athletics today. Sweet seats, as in S-W-E-E-T, not S-U-I-T. So that means if it's a sweet seat, there's got to be some goodies in it. Huh?
I knew you were going to say that.
Some
I knew
cookies,
where you
ice
were going.
cream.
I knew where you were going.
We would hope so, right?
It is a holiday weekend. Generally on holiday weekends, you don't have to eat super healthy, do you?
No, you just give it up for 3 days and then start worrying about it Tuesday.
Diet starts Tuesday. Nady, Roberts, and Para against Josh Outman. The Diamondbacks got a run on 3 singles in the first inning.
Speaking of sweets, there are our dibs.
Inside corner, and that's a strike. 2-2.
Birdie's just finding all the sweets.
Yeah.
Somewhere Jack is saying, wish I was at the park.
That's what he needs. To Rosales. Cuts it across. Nady's out. 1 away.
Well, I just showed a gentleman, a sergeant on Diamond Vision. I think his name was something like Villa Senor. He got off a plane from Iraq 1 hour ago. 1 hour ago, and he's at the A's game tonight. That's pretty special.
Gamer.
Absolutely. Got his full uniform on, traveling. Just interviewed on Diamond Vision. That's great on this Independence weekend here at the Coliseum. A fireworks night tonight and Sunday afternoon tomorrow, and 4th of July, Independence Day, a day game here at the Coliseum.
I would imagine he's probably going to enjoy this game a little more than other games.
Absolutely.
Coco's coming in, and he makes the catch.
Where he just came from, he might not enjoy the fireworks after the game, though.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a sound he might not want to hear, but some soldiers in the house tonight.
That's him right there.
That is him right there.
Well,
See his name? Villa Senor.
How about that?
V-I-L-L-A-S-E-N-O-R. So congratulations and thank you.
Yeah, we're glad he's back.
From Iraq. I think he said Ramadi, his group, his troop came back. Not one casualty. Got off a plane an hour ago, and here he is watching the A's play tonight. So that's great. Thank you.
I think a frosty beverage would taste pretty good.
He's probably had one. Maybe
he deserves it.
Maybe on the way from the flight for the plane.
As long as he's not driving, he deserves it.
Mike Birdie found him. Let's see his name on his right shoulder. He got the American flag on the sleeve of his right arm. So he is back. Great weekend to come home. Huh?
Yeah, 4th of July. Gerardo Parra was in the lineup last night, heading down in the order, and same spot tonight. It's 3-1 now to Parra. He was 0 for 3 last night. He did score a run. That one called a strike.
Well, similar to the one before that was called a ball, and that's why Parra was heading to first base. Suzuki set up outside, almost identical spot, moved it slightly to his left, but this one Jeff Kellogg enjoyed. Enough to call it a strike.
And that one outside, I guess.
Well, 1 out of 3 is not bad. You know, it took 3 in the exact same spot, and only one was called a strike.
So that's the first walk by Outman.
You don't like to set up in the middle of the plate from Kirk Suzuki's standpoint, but there's the angle that Jeff Kellogg's looking at. Called the ball, and that one definitely was off the plate. But Outman against the Phillies got the first 2 runners on base last Sunday. He gave up 2 in the first inning. Tonight, first 2 runners got on, just 1 runner. 1 of the 2 scored. Settled down, pitched well, gave up 1 more run after that. Unfortunately, the A's could score just 1 off Doc Halladay, who today beat his former team, the Toronto Blue Jays, 5-3 at Rogers Center.
He'll be headed to the All-Star game. That's not official, but I'm just going to take a shot.
Is that his 11th win today?
I think it is his 11th, right? Yeah. 11th win for Halladay. Cliff Lee pitching very well. I would think he'll be an All-Star. Changeup is popped up and Weeks. He's got it. And that'll do it for the Diamondbacks. We head to the bottom of the second inning. 1-0 Arizona. Eat Fresh Ask Glenn and Ray question. Art from Hayward asks, if realignment happens, who would you want in the AL West, Arizona or Houston? It's a good question. Art seems to know what the rumors are as far as realignment.
Well, that's a question that's easily answered as far as I'm concerned. The team that was supposed to be in the American League West after 2 years of existence, and that would be the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Yep.
So Jerry Colangelo, the then owner of the Diamondbacks, said no, they're going to stay longer than 2 years because Phoenix is a National League city and they have stayed in the National League West. And, you know, it's unfair for Texas, the Rangers, to be in the Western Division of the American League, being in the central part of the United States where there are 2 hours time change. So when the Rangers are playing 19 games or bulk of their games in the West Coast, those games are starting at usually 9 o'clock, 2 hours later. So we'll see if that realignment does take place.
Well, it's obviously getting all the divisions with 5 teams. So a team from the NL Central needs to leave because there's 6 there, and whoever leaves needs to somehow, or somebody needs to make it into the AL West. So that's the talk is Arizona going to the AL West, and then Houston would join
the National League.
The National League West. That's right. Houston would take Arizona's spot.
Of course, it still.
Oh, that's a base hit for Chris Carter. So Houston is probably going to have to move no matter what.
Yeah, because right now there are 5 teams in the National League West, 6 in the Central, 5 in the East, and only 4 in the American League West. So that 6th team in the Central.
So Houston is going to, if they do this, Houston is going to leave the Central. They're either going to go to the AL West or the NL West.
And that's going to be hard for them regardless.
Yes.
Because.
But if you look at it, they're the only, that's the team that's going to move.
Yeah, because the rest of them are centrally located.
And that would make the NL Central 5 teams. But there's also a legitimate argument of saying, hey,
should put the Houston Astros in the AL West, because then you'd have a division rivalry with the Texas Rangers, and that's a pretty good argument.
That's true.
Towards second, and this should be a double play, and it is. So Connor Jackson hits into the 4-6-3 double play. Now, these are all rumors, and we've all read about them. Will it happen in 2012? I don't know about that, but I have a feeling it's going to happen.
Well, the domination of the Rangers against the Astros has been unbelievable in interleague play. I would think the Rangers will love it. Maybe all of the, I mean, if Houston Astros continue to play the way they have, because Houston just beat the Rangers, I think, Thursday for the first win in Houston. I think they were 1-8. They were 8-0. The Rangers were 8-0 against the Astros in Houston. The last 2 years, basically, or 2+. But you're right. It would put two teams from basically the Central Time Zone in the West,
which would solve an issue that's really been there for the Rangers the whole time. Young over the shoulder with number 24. Looked a little bit like Willie Mays tracking it down. Nice play by Chris Young. The A's do not score. Report card, the coaching staff, and it's a good one. We talked about it last night. Gibson, Don Baylor was an MVP in the AL. Eric Young, very good player. Matt Williams, terrific player. Charles Nagy, Alan Trammell. So if you put, and I think Don Baylor could play first if he had to. You could go Williams, Trammell, Young, and Baylor. That's a pretty good infield. Kirk Gibson.
Do anything
Stick him out there somewhere. Charles Nagy on the mound. Don Baylor was an athletic, right?
He was, yeah.
Short period of time.
Enough to steal a lot of bases along with everybody else in 1976.
Traded for Reggie.
And your Chuck Tanner, late Chuck Tanner, who managed the A's and told everybody on the team, you will run, you will steal a lot of bases. And they did. Over 300.
(3-0) to Kelly Johnson, leading it off here in the third. He'll be followed by Upton and Young. Johnson had a base hit the first inning.
Don Baylor was hit by a pitch about 260 some odd times.
Half a year's worth?
Yeah. One thing he always said, I don't care where you hit me, except above the shoulders. Then I get angry. And you don't want Don Baylor to get angry. Because he was strong. Still is strong.
Kelly Johnson homered off the lefty Fuentes last night.
On the 8th inning, looked like the A's with the steady dotted lefties coming up from the Diamondbacks. Ryan Fuentes in, and that changed everything. Guatemala came in to face J.D. Drew and Upton, that is, and got out of it. Andrew baited the save, and the A's a win.
So another 3-2 to Kelly Johnson. And another foul ball. Johnson will be a free agent after this year. Just missed outside, and that's a leadoff walk.
Well, as much as Kurt Suzuki does not want to, he might have to make some slight adjustments with the lefties as far as his setup behind the plate. That was a total of 9 pitches to Johnson after falling behind 3-0. And then the last one missed outside, but boy, you flirt with danger, especially with the power hitters, lefties on lefty. Get too much in the middle of the plate with the fastball.
Lines one to center. Crisp goes into a slide, and he makes the catch. A good jump, as he usually gets, and Coco takes a hit away from Upton.
It might be an 0-2 called strike 3 inside to Upton in this bat. Right down the middle, the ball cutting into his power zone, and Coco, a great jump. Slide right down on the ground with his glove, and great concentration going into the slide, watching the ball in his glove. A couple of bad shoulders, so good to see him pop up without any problems.
First pitch change up from Outman is outside to Young, who had an RBI single in the first inning. This will be pitch number 50 for Outman. The pitch count high in the early going. He's got a couple of walks and 1 strikeout. So game number 84 for the Athletics. 37-46 is their record. They're 7-9 in interleague play. So if they can win the final 2, they could finish 9-9 in interleague. Next week, a big week. Seattle for 3, and then 2 Texas for 4 before the All-Star break. So that's 7 important games.
4 days off for the break, and then 4 against the Angels right after that.
Right.
Before heading back east for some tough road games.
And when that's over, now you're talking about July 20th. Closing in on the old trade deadline. One pitch is bounced fair down the left field line. That's going to roll all the way into the corner. Kelly Johnson is being waved home by Matt Williams, and he's going to make it without a throw. And Young has an RBI double. It's 2-0 Arizona. Matt Williams was waving him the whole way.
Well, it's all about the count, 3-0 to 3-1, and then out front, Sizemore looking to see as a third base umpire Mark Carlson made the call. Bob Melvin's going to argue a little bit, maybe to get some help from the home plate umpire, but you're right, Matt Williams sending the runner in the first inning, and also was Bloomquist on the softly hit fly ball to right field, scored.
they're talking about, okay, when it goes over the bag, it's your call.
Yeah.
Boy.
That had to hit a very small part of the bag when it did go over. But just look where it lands on the other side.
So it is an RBI double. Boy, it almost looks like it may have caught the back corner of the bag just a little bit, because it really kind of went off course after.
Well, and if it did that, it went over the back.
Yeah.
So it's a fair ball.
Yeah, then it's a fair ball.
Yeah, even though it landed about 6 inches into foul territory. So either way, it was going to be a fair ball.
I think it just went in a little bit of a different direction after it hit the ground and maybe just the corner. Quick 0-2 to Willie Malpena.
A leadoff walk to a left-handed hitter. He started this in 3-0 to 3-1 count to Young. Next to Willie Malpena, a power hitter, he started the count 0-2.
Slider in the dirt. And that's a strikeout. As Pena swings over top. Second strikeout for Outman.
Well, back-to-back fastballs inside, then they throw a hard breaking pitch with no chance of it being a strike. Good block by Kurt Suzuki. Good catch, actually. And a tag, first base unoccupied, so he had to tag him, which he did.
So 2 outs here in the third with a run in, and here's Miguel Montero. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Fly ball to left field to end the first inning for Montero. So next inning, Ram, I'm going to explain to you the all-star rosters, how they're chosen. And I don't know it off the top of my head. I have it written down.
I'll just take a break, so it's going to take you
I'm going to
full half inning
explain it to you. Not that you don't know it, but it is a little complicated.
You're going to use a telestrator?
No, I'm going to just
do a chalkboard.
Just ramble on about it.
Well, giving people enough time to actually start the DVR, or to grab a piece of paper and pencil.
I think rosters are probably set. That one's lined to Weeks. He's got it side retired. A run for the D-backs. We're going to head to the bottom of the third.
Well, I can't wait.
Here we go. Jack in a Box for a limited time. Jack's really big chicken sandwich combo is back. 2 chicken patties, bacon, melted cheese, served with a 20-ounce drink, and small seasoned curly fries for only $3.99 plus tax. It's at participating restaurants. Arizona 2 and the Athletics nothing. Bottom of the 3rd inning. The Jesus Rosales Weeks against Joe Saunders. He's with a hit. Got a couple of hits. Okay, so you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so just follow me.
I'll be back in half hours.
This is how the all-star rosters are chosen. We all know the fan voting. That's the starting lineups, right? Okay, so that's easy. Now this is where it's become a little different. The Major League Baseball voting, which is the players, coaches, and managers, pick 5 starting pitchers, 3 relievers, and a backup for each position player. So that's the players, coaches, and managers.
So that's 5, 3 is 8, plus another 9.
A backup for each
so
position.
17. So that's 17 going to be picked by the players, the managers, and coaches.
And
right?
then the manager picks the rest of the players.
Except for the last one, which is voted on by the fans.
And then that goes back to the fan voting, which they pick that last one. So the manager picks the final, however many spots there are left, and any injury replacement, that kind of thing. And that's how they get to the 34, which is different than it used to be.
34. They went up to 30. Now it's up to 34. Before long, it'll be everybody.
Yeah.
Will be on the All-Star team.
We're all in.
And there'll be no more bonuses if you make the team because everybody's going to make it.
So really, I think the MLB voting, which is players, coaches, managers, that's kind of the new, not new as in this year, but just last handful of years. So,
and in that case,
so everybody's really involved: fans, the manager, and the other managers around baseball, and the other players and coaches. So everybody gets involved on picking a certain amount.
But if the fans who vote the 9 starters, and then the players, the coaches, managers vote for the same guys, then somebody else, the second guy is picked.
Exactly.
The second guy is chosen.
That's
if, say, in the case of catcher Joe Mauer, for example, if he's selected by the fans and he's also selected by coaches and managers, then they take the number 2.
That's right. Who would be the second person on the list of players, coaches, managers. That's right.
And there are 34 players, or 34 team members.
Exactly.
So they're going to pick 5 and 3, so 8 pitchers of how many? Is it 14 pitchers maybe?
5 starters, 3 relievers, so that's 8. And then I don't know if the manager has a specific amount of pitchers he needs to take, or I'm not sure if you have to take a specific amount.
No, it will come down to taking at least 1 player from every club. Which
Well,
means,
that's true. Yeah,
which means that you might have to have the manager picking a player in case if a player or team is not voted of anybody.
Yeah, and it's also a little different as far as the fan voting, because in the American League fan voting, they're voting for a DH.
Exactly.
So they're really technically voting for 9 players, whereas the National League, it's 8 players because there's not a DH. So that's where the manager picks, he really picks an extra player in the National League, because the DH is voted in the American League, if that makes any sense.
I think it makes a lot of sense.
I tried. I've always been kind of, I know that the players are involved too.
Yeah.
But that's sort of how it breaks down.
But I think the key to what you said, you've got the fans involved, you have the players, the managers, the coaches, everybody's involved in the selection of those teams.
I like it. I think it's good. And I know managers take it very serious. I know, I talked to my brother Dwayne today, and he said, Bruce Bochy's spending a lot of time on this, because they want to do the right thing, you know.
Well, I heard today driving in that Bruce Bochy already has a team picked.
I think he does.
Yeah, and it's going to be announced tomorrow, so it has to be picked by the team or by the managers at this point. So someone from the A's tomorrow will be anxiously waiting for the news.
Slowly hit, and Weeks beat it out. So Weeks flashing the speed.
Well, in Baltimore, remember, from the left side, he hit a ball to the left side and looked twice to see if there was going to be a play, and he barely beat it out. Well, any looking this time would have really slowed him down. Change up, almost on the ground. Sprinter speed heading down the baseline. No reason to look back. It's a fair ball. And third baseman Roberts had to wait momentarily, and as a result, the speed of Jemile Weeks, a 2-out, 2-strike hit. Well, the slight hesitation. Roberts a strong arm, but still the speed of Weeks. Right foot, just barely. Boy, that's an umpire's call. In this case, was perfect, correct call. That's how close those plays are.
Well, once Roberts waited for that hop, you knew that Weeks had a pretty good chance to beat it out. Sizemore takes outside. Sizemore had a base hit in the first inning. The Florida Marlins scored 5 runs in the first inning against the Texas Rangers and added another one. They had a 6-0 lead, but now, to no one's surprise, it's 6-4. Marlins over the Rangers in the bottom of the 5th inning, so Texas has come back.
Josh Hamilton just hit an opposite field 2-run home run.
Well, he hit one earlier, so he's got 2 home runs.
And it's nighttime, so he can see.
That's true.
Probably won't play. Well, are they into the night games in Texas on summertime Sundays?
Base hit right field. Well, I don't know. We got a day game there, obviously, right before the All-Star break, but that may be because it is the All-Star break. So Sizemore rolls one through the right side. A 2-out rally for the Athletics.
That's a good point. That's the final game. Game before the break. Yeah,
2 o'clock.
Yeah, because it's tough to play a night game because those players or whoever is on the team are the Rangers, and they probably will have more than just the one the A's will have. So they'll have to get to Arizona. And there are not a lot of flights out of Love Field. Of course, those guys will have their own private planes more likely.
Yeah.
So if the A's representative can jump on one of those private planes.
Hitchhike? Well, yeah, Ron Washington is going to be in charge.
He's the manager, so just tag along with him.
Coco pops it up on the first pitch. Kelly Johnson has it, so the A's get a couple 2-out hits, strand a pair. We head to the 4th inning, 2-0 Diamondbacks. AT&T, who are the two teams in Major League Baseball history to have co-winners of the World Series MVP. I know one of them.
Yep.
First pitch to Xavier Nady is way high with the breaking ball. Nady, Roberts, Parra, the bottom three. Diamondbacks with a single run in the first and a single run in the third, both knocked in by Chris Young.
Randy Johnson, Kurt Schilling.
Yeah. They deserve it.
There's another one or two.
One other pair. Shot to right. Nady. Good job of hitting as a leadoff single. That is hit number 5 against Outman.
Spend your 4th of July watching the A's play the Mariners. That is Monday. 10,000 fans will receive a Stars and Stripes A's visor presented by Cache Creek Casino Resort. For tickets, go to oaklandathletics.com/tickets. Nice little visor, great visor to come out and enjoy on the 4th of July. Independence Day. Baseball, A's baseball here at the Coliseum. It's going to be a bullpen game for the A's, unfortunately, because Josh Outman's pitch count is rapidly rising tonight. He's had the extra day. He pitched last Sunday, so he gets an extra day this time, but sometimes that can throw off the mechanics a little bit. As you mentioned last night, the A's possibly, with the announcement of Brandon McCarthy, go to a 6-man rotation. They will keep, from what I understand, Joe Gonzalez and Trevor Cahill on turn.
Makes sense.
Joe will pitch tomorrow, and then he'll pitch Friday. Trevor Cahill will pitch Tuesday, which will be his 5th day, and then next Sunday. So even if Trevor makes the All-Star team, he would not be eligible to pitch. Similar to the case of last year.
Long look to the third base coach, Matt Williams, by Ryan Roberts. Roberts is the Diamondbacks' regular third baseman, but he was not in the lineup last night.
That has to hurt.
Getting a tattoo or getting it taken off?
Yes, yes. How's your neck feel? That's pretty tender, isn't it? That area?
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to be doing it. Too old for that.
If you are, I'm not either. if you're that.
All right, there's the deal.
Yeah.
So no A's announcer tattoos. I don't think Vinny and Ken have tattoos.
Yeah.
They don't look like they would have them. We're not against it. We're just really not up for it at this point in our lives. Carter going back, and he's got it. Roberts is retired, and that's out number 1.
A lot of pressure on Chris Carter to make that play. That's the third that he's had since joining the club, so he made the nice play. He's accomplished first baseman, so it's not really a big deal. It just ball popped out of his glove in New York, and last night did not quite get to the railing. But I think from Chris Carter's standpoint, we saw him play 2 different times last year. Second time played very well. He's not really been given the everyday job of playing, which builds a lot of confidence in a player. That will eventually happen.
There's a strike to Parra. Parra walked in the second inning. Carter has it. The second for 1. Rosales guns it back to first. They got him. Outman covering. And that's the old 3-6-1 double play. Inning over.
But what a great play in our forward right choice. A 3-6-1 double play. Watch Chris Carter. Nice hands. Quick throw to second. And back to first base covering is Josh Outman. Hard throw by Adam Rosales. A nice feed by Chris Carter and a bullet back to first base. Josh Outman there. The stretch just barely got him by maybe nothing. He's called out.
Parra, he argued, and he may have had a reason. Matsui, Carter, and Jackson for the A's.
Because the Banjo Man's down there. Yeah. Banjo Man liked it.
Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2 to Matsui, who grounded out to short in the first inning.
Hey, Chris Carter made the play like he's made it a few times. And very nicely, good throw to second base.
Well, just, you know, it seems like a play where just don't rush it. Just make sure you make a good throw to second. At that point, then it's up to the pivot guy to take care of the rest.
Well, and also for the pitcher to cover quickly to get there to be a stationary target instead of a moving target. And also, it helps tremendously to know that there's not a runner at second who can score on an overthrow, as Cliff Pennington experienced a few weeks ago. But, you know, it's a play that, well, it takes two very good, perfect play throws, and they made it.
Lindquist throws out Matsui. But how often do you see the first baseman fire it into left field?
Exactly. But watch this throw right to Adam Rosales. Chris Carter, a very nice feed, chest high. And then, of course, Adam with a very, very strong arm. Josh Outman was there, and he was the first baseman. He was not running to the bag. He was at the bag with his foot and stretched. A very good play. Well, they can just score some runs.
Here's Carter, who had a base hit in the second inning. Dropped one into right field. So Carter now 2 for 9, and he drills this one to left. Parra coming in, the dive, and he caught it. And let's hope Parra's okay. Looked like that glove hand got caught up underneath a little bit, but he did make the catch.
Oh, when they go in the dive and their body falls on their hand, their wrist, and he charged it, slightly breaking back, and then rolled over. And when he hit the ground, he caught the ball, but watch his right hand right there. He landed on it, immediately showing that he caught the ball. Great shot here in the Ultramo. Turned, and watch this. Right there is when he did it. Between his hand, his right elbow, and under his body weight.
On 1 to Connor Jackson. Jackson lines one. Parra on the move, and he leaps up, and it's over his head. So Jackson will get to second. That time Parra may have misplayed it.
Yeah.
Probably a ball that, and he's a good outfielder. Probably a ball he should have caught.
Maybe it was elbow. He couldn't reach up so high after rolling over it. Connor Jackson hit the ball hard again. Hit it last night right to the center fielder. Double playing his first at bat, but this line drive hooking a little bit away from Parra. But you're right. He went over instead of back at an angle to catch the ball. As it was hit hard by Connor Jackson, and Connor thought it was going to be caught. And then realized it got over the head of Parra. Maybe since they were teammates, he realized he's a pretty good outfielder. A's need a 2-out hit. Not good at last inning with a couple of guys on.
It'll be up to Kurt Suzuki.
A runner at second with 2 outs in the first inning. A double play in the second. First and second last inning with 2 outs. And 2 outs with a runner at second in this inning.
Suzuki hit a fly ball to center field in the second inning. Cut fastball that catches the inside corner. 1-1.
No doubt coming into this game, Joe Saunders looking at the rotation and realizing he'll get a chance to to face a team that he has had a lot of success. He has to feel very good about himself. He's 4-7 on the season, 11-4 career against the A's.
He had a rough start this year. He went his first 9 starts without a win. He was 0-5 with 4 no decisions and did not get his first win till the 24th of May. But since that win, he has pitched very well and has 11 wins against the A's. There's a shot. Bloomquist, short hop, flips it across the side, retired. So Jackson stranded after the double, and we're moving on to the 5th inning, 2-0 Arizona. .com invites you to tag yourself in our Facebook photo album. Visit our page at facebook.com/CSN Bay Area and find the photo booth at Authentic Fan Fridays, where you can pose with mustaches and authentic A's gear. Facebook.com/CSN Bay Area, the photo booth, home for the authentic A's fans. Beautiful night at the ballpark, but right now the A's trailing 2-0. There's the Comcast Sportsnet value deck just above us.
Well, great crowd. Steve Finelli was talking about a good walk up, great weather, and I think the walk up has arrived tonight.
Top of the order for the D-backs, Bloomquist, Johnson, and Upton. 2 runs on 5 hits for Arizona. No runs on 5 hits for the Athletics. Out in front, Suzuki grabs it, guns it to first. Bloomquist, who runs well, is retired. So 1 out here in the 5th inning. Gets us to our AT&T trivia answer. Who are the 2 teams in Major League Baseball history to have co-winners of the World Series MVP? It was indeed Randy Johnson and Curt Schilling when the Diamondbacks won it all in 01, and the Dodgers in 1981. Dodgers beat the Yankees that year.
Pedro Guerrero.
So,
Penguin.
Try MVPs? I've never heard of that.
Never heard of that.
That's a good one. That was the strike shortened season when there was a first half winner and a second half winner, and the A's were in it that year.
First season in which the Walter Haas family owned the club. Billy Ball. Mr. Haas, Mr. Walter Haas, one of the great owners of all of baseball, owning the Athletics.
Weeks reaches down, picks it up, and Johnson is retired.
Oh boy, how about Luis Gonzalez? Gonzo against Mariano Rivera. Infield played in. And there is your winner.
There's Matt Williams picking up Craig Counsell.
Bob Brenly, the manager.
There's Bob Melvin right behind him. See him running in there, number 3.
That's right.
So that was 2001. Matt Williams has a World Series ring.
And I think there are a lot of people around the country thought it would be a World Series won by the Yankees because of unfortunate 9/11 occurring that year and going through the postseason. But it was a year for the Diamondbacks.
Well, the Diamondbacks, an expansion team in 1998, came in with the Tampa Bay Rays, and just in their 4th year, they won it all. But you remember, Ray, 1998 expansion team, they lost a lot of games, but their 2nd year, 1999, they won the National League West and won 100 games. They made some trades, they signed some free agents, they had a terrific team.
Well, you mentioned Kurt Schilling and Randy Johnson. Not too bad to have those guys in the rotation and available in postseason.
Good pitch, 2-2 to Upton. Diamondbacks have been to the playoffs 4 times, and this is their 14th year of existence. 99, 2001, 2002, and 2007. 2017 was Bob Melvin's team. They were swept in the National League Championship Series by the Colorado Rockies. So the Diamondbacks still a very young organization, just their 14th season.
Bob Melvin wore number 3 when he was with the Diamondbacks. Of course, honor of Sal Bando wearing number 6 as a member of the Athletics as their manager. I asked him, what stall are you parking in? 6 and 3. 3 for the Diamondbacks this weekend and parking in number 6. Got a good job for the A's, and that continues.
3-2 pitch is low. Outman walks Upton. Third walk for Josh. He has thrown 82 pitches so far in the game.
Well, he had a very quick inning last inning thanks to his double play. Ron Robatic with the counter, the pitch counter, and he's holding in his hand. Click, click, click every time a pitch is thrown. All he has to do is look on the board. It is there displayed now with the number of strikes, number of balls thrown, and the total.
Good night for Chris Young. And this one's drilled to left. Jackson going back, looking up, and it is gone. Have a night, Chris Young. He's 3 for 3 with 4 RBIs, and it's 4-0 Arizona.
Boy, that hurts.
All with 2 outs.
Yep.
So Upton walks, Young homers.
And the walk the key, there's no doubt. The walk that occurred in the 3rd inning, and the first pitch fastball tried to go back inside where they'd had some success. Then there was a no doubter, similar to William Opena last night, a laser shot to left field. No chance for it to come down. Hopeful of it hitting the out-of-town scoreboard, but above it.
So Young now with 16 home runs and 46 runs batted in. He leads the team in both those categories. Pena goes around. Watch the catch in the outfield. Didn't get up. Backhander.
Wow, she would have gotten it right. Wow.
No, he made the play.
That was a great play.
No problem.
Young lady should sign it for him and say thank you. An empty seat between the young boy caught the ball and the lady to the left, and the ball was going right at her.
He's either in a lot of pain or he's psyched that he's got a ball.
I think he's psyched.
I think it could be both. Two and two now to Pena, who is grounded out and struck out.
The thing I miss about the old Memorial Stadium in Baltimore, the great Hey, Rex Barney. Somebody catch ball like that, give that fan a contract.
They said it every time.
Every time on the PA system, give that fan a contract. And that young boy, that young man deserves a contract.
Yeah, that was
the
a
play
nice
he just made. Might be our Home Depot doing more defense.
Well, he made a great
play tonight.
He made a great play, and he saved somebody. He saved a young lady from getting hurt.
And plus, he's a young man, so he doesn't have to give the ball away.
That's
If
right.
he was an adult, he'd have to find a young kid.
In the hole, Rosales will show off the arm, and he does, and they just got Willie Mo Pena. Damage done. Chris Young, the 2-run homer, bottom of the 5th coming up.
The A's host their 6th annual Dog Day at the park, presented by Abaderm Nature. Fans are invited to bring their dogs to the Coliseum as the A's host the Angels. The fun will begin at 5:30. Each pup will receive a goodie bag from Abaderm. A portion of the proceeds will benefit Dogs for Diabetics. Online registration is required by July the 11th. For more information, visit oaklandathletics.com/dogday.
Joe Saunders now has a 4-0 lead. DeJesus takes a strike. DeJesus grounded out to the first baseman back in the 3rd. That broke a stretch of reaching base 7 consecutive times. 4 hits and 3 walks. Marlins still hanging on. They lead the Texas Rangers 7-5, bottom of the 6th inning. Why do I think that game is far from being over? Man. Angels 6, Dodgers nothing, 5th inning in Anaheim. That was the pitching matchup of the day. Kershaw and Weaver. 0-2 pitch to DeJesus, swings and misses. So that's the first strikeout for Joe Saunders.
Hard slider 0-2. David faked the bunt. First pitch called for strike. Foul off the ball, then a swing and a miss on the slider out of the strike zone. But Jack McKeon, of course, Jack has managed in the American League in Texas, and he probably realized and will confirm again that it's the hardest 27 outs, or maybe the second hardest 27 outs in baseball to get as a visiting team. The A's will find that out firsthand again next Thursday when they go in to make up a game. A rain out, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 4 games prior to the All-Star break.
The Mariners and the Padres are underway. No score in the 2nd inning. That's Lupke and Pfister. Pfister 3-8. Last night, the Mariners behind Jason Vargas shut out the Padres. Right field line, but just fine.
April 11th last year, Adam Rosales played against the Angels, and Joe Saunders, he hits a home run, and watch Adam go. This is when everybody in Anaheim started ooh and ah. 16 seconds we timed him, going around the bases. And Adam Rosales, that's a home run. That's not an inside the park home run. See, the catcher look at him and say, "What's wrong with you, man? You're supposed to just shut it down and trot." Not Adam. Greg Schulte, the broadcaster for the Diamondbacks radio, says, "Adam Rosales, is he still high energy?" And I said, "Yes, he runs hard every place he goes. Goes to the grocery store and he's sprinting."
Another foul ball.
Adam has 2 home runs, both coming against Southpaws. Baltimore, his first game, second at bat. So got Cole Hamels last Saturday in Philadelphia, opposite field. Tied the game.
Rosales with a fly ball to center field in his first at bat. And this one's going to be a fly ball to right field. Upton backs up a couple steps. So out number 2 here in the bottom of the 5th.
Well, even on the fly ball out, sprints hard to first, rounds the bag, ball's caught. Semi shuts it down, then picks up the speed again, gets off the field. Umpires have to really enjoy the hustle of Adam Rosales. Speeds up the game, just exactly what they all want.
First pitch strike to Jamile Weeks, who has lined to center and singled 1 for 2.
Still like what Adam Rosales did last year when he ran the bases on a home run faster than Aubrey Huff did on the inside the park home. Speaking of the Giants and Aubrey Huff, they're sitting a long time at Comerica Park.
Yeah, they're supposed to get going again, but it's been a long rain delay. Gosh, probably a couple hours, huh? The Tigers are hoping that they get the Gio Gonzalez treatment because the Giants are winning that game 6-0 in the 3rd inning. What was it in Texas? 7?
Keith Moreland still thinks he has a grand slam. They are playing. Thank you, B.I. Hey, just as you. Oh, they just added some more. Now they had a 5 spot on the board during batting practice for the A's. Here we are in the 5th inning. So many great things to do in downtown Detroit.
Looks like Miguel Tejada hit a 3-run home. Well, it's interesting in that game, Ray. Barry Zito is pitching on short rest. The question is, will he go back out there? He's got 10 runs to work with. I think the arm feels okay.
Edwin Jackson did a couple years ago.
3 up, 3 down inning for the A's and Joe Saunders. sports staff now brings you Sportsnet Central updates each night on NBC Bay Area News at 6 and 11. Comcast Sportsnet and NBC Bay Area working together to bring you the best in local sports. A's trailing 4-0. It is the top of the 6th inning. Montero, Nady, and Roberts for the Diamondbacks. Montero is flied out and lined out. He's 0 for 2. He was 1 for 4 last night. Faustino de los Santos starts to throw. The 0-2 pitch is hit on the ground hard to Weeks, but he handles it. And that's out number 1.
Now batting, number 22, Xavier Nady.
So that's out number 1, and here's Xavier Nady. So I mentioned that pitching matchup down in Southern California. Kershaw and Weaver. Jared Weaver going for his 10th win, Kershaw for his 9th win, but looks like the Angels knocked around Clayton Kershaw a little bit, and that just does not happen very often.
Well, Jared Weaver usually does not need much offensive support.
No.
He's that good.
Jason Vargas last night with his 3rd shutout of the year for the Mariners, and the A's will see Vargas. He's scheduled to pitch on Wednesday. The A's are going to see Pineda, Hernandez, and Vargas.
Oh, just a piece of cake.
And Ian Kennedy tomorrow, and Ian Kennedy's good. So 4 pretty good pitchers coming up. And the A's, as always, will send their own pretty good pitchers to the mound. But Pineda, statistically anyways, numbers a little bit better than Felix Hernandez. But always tough, both of them.
Felix Hernandez 5 wins away from his total from last year when he won the Cy Young Award, 13 and 12. Very low earned run average.
Good pitch there as Nady swings and misses.
One of the better pitches thrown by Josh Outman tonight. Fastball outside corner. Maybe a strike, maybe not, but too close for Nady to take, and he swung and missed. No chance, really. Pretty good fastball. Two of the starters, Moscoso to the left and White Rabbit, better known as Trevor Cave. He hopes to rebound from a not so stellar appearance on Thursday against the Marlins.
So Cahill will go on Tuesday and then on Sunday. So he'll have 2 more starts before the break. Just a bit low. 3-1 now to Roberts, who was 0 for 2. Outman would be fine if it weren't for Chris Young, who has knocked in all 4 runs. That one's hit hard, and that's a base hit into left field for Ryan Roberts, his first hit.
Well, one thing about seeing some of these players and seeing National League players, that is, and which we always talk about Jose Bautista, but when they get in a fastball count, they don't miss it. Very aggressive. 3-1 fastball to Roberts, and it was just a base hit, but it's hit very hard.
So Parra steps in, walk and a double play for Parra. 30,338. So nice crowd. 30,338.
Steve Finelli right on target. He said about 27, 28,000, and then with the walk up, hopefully get over 30, which is exactly what happened.
They will enjoy the fireworks show after the game, so they'll be able to go out on the field, the grass, I should say.
The new outfield grass, that is, the newly sodded outfield portion after the U2 concert. Clay Woodard's crew will put the tarp or the yellow around. This is the area here that's all new. That is the outfield grass. That was the concern during the 12-minute rain delay this past Tuesday, if you can believe that. There was a rain delay then.
To left field, Jackson's there. Side retired. We're going to the bottom of the 6th inning. 4-0 Arizona. Coors Light 6th inning. It's time for the Coors Light Freeze Cam. Coors Light Freeze Cam is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. It's the world's most refreshing beer. Bottom of the 6th inning, and the A's are trailing 4-0. Joe Saunders always tough on the Athletics, and that is the case again tonight so far. Last 3 starts against the Athletics. A couple last year, and then tonight. Sizemore has had a good night, a couple of singles. The Diamondbacks, as a team, their team ERA is 4.06. That's 13th in the National League. Which I'm a little surprised. Some pretty good young arms. Young tracks it down with Kennedy and Daniel Hudson, the young man they got from the White Sox. Saunders.
Now batting, center fielder, number 4, Coco.
But they certainly hit enough. No doubt about that. The question is, will they pitch enough to overtake the Giants in the National League West? Rockies with Babe Ellis.
What's he tonight?
Babe's got 3 doubles tonight. Speaking of doubles, it may be more. Coco Crisp hits the bag at first. Digging for 2, and he's going to downshift, and he'll stop at second with a 1-out double.
Well, he was hopeful to do the same thing in his last at bat when he had runners at first and second and 2 outs, but that's the difference of a pitcher with runners on base. Joe Saunders likes to throw the fastball first pitch with nobody on. What's he do here? Fastball, first pitch, and Coco jumped on it, Last at bat popped it up to second baseman with runners on base, but this time a one-out double. Again, the A's with the runner in scoring position. Coco thinking three. As soon as he hit it, halfway to second base, shut it down as Parra and Young, left and center, got to the ball.
So runner in scoring position for the Athletics.
Time for home run number 500. To have Roger Callum be busy. Interpret it.
That one's driven left center, but Parra is going to get back there. He's got it. Gets it quickly back in, and that's out number 2. The A's now 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position.
First baseman, number 22, Chris Carter.
Unlike last night, where all 5 of their runs scored on 2-out hits. So let's see if Carter can come through. Swing and a miss. Pulled off that one a little bit. 91 miles an hour on the fastball.
Just pitch number 78, so Joe Saunders has quite a bit left. So his complete games, the 9 innings previous starts. Pitching for the Angels.
Another fastball, foul back. So Saunders ahead of Carter 0-2.
And you knew the Angels were going to have to get some pretty good players in return for Joe Saunders. Very good pitcher, and of course Dan Herron, centerpiece of that trade. Pitching well for the Angels, pitches well wherever he pitches.
Close pitch, just a bit inside. Well, Saunders, a good career record of 61-46. This is his 5th year in the big leagues. He was a first-round draft pick of the Angels back in 2002.
Look at the close-up of Joe Saunders. It's like a young, sudden Sam McDowell.
Yeah.
Facial. Doesn't quite throw as hard as Sam McDowell did, but Sam in the mid to upper 90s. The hook off the table, but that's a young Sam McDowell. Sam, if you're watching, you're back.
Where does Sam live?
He was in the Pittsburgh area for a while, but then down to Florida. Well, Sam had maybe four of the best pitches. Fastball, curve, slider, and changeup. 4, and he was working on a knuckleball. He could pitch.
A little off speed, huh?
It's called 300 innings, 300 strikeouts, and very consistent. One of the best pitchers who just one time in his career won 20 games. One time, that was it.
3-2. Carter hanging in there, fouls that one back. Well, your hand's a little swollen still from catching him.
Absolutely. Sam had to the right-handers the Steve Carlton type slider, down and in. This lefty would throw the hard slider down and in, and you can see it coming, and kind of like Randy Johnson, throw it hard, and there's no chance to hit it.
Fastball right on the outside corner, strike 3 called. So the A's strand another runner. We're going to the 7th inning, 4-0 Arizona. here's our true story. It's brought to you by McDonald's. The A's opened up a 3-game interleague set with the Diamondbacks in Phoenix in 2001. And pitching took over. Mulder, a one-hit shutout in Game 1, in fact. And a no-hitter going into the 8th inning. Then in Game 2, Tim Hudson beat Randy Johnson. And then in Game 3, Barry Zito struck out 10. So it was Mulder, Hudson, Zito, and the A's swept the Diamondbacks. That was back in 2001. And I think that was the series going right up to the All-Star break.
It was the 3-game weekend series before the break as Faustino de los Santos comes on the pitch. But I remember Mark Mulder said that this was after they won the World Series in 01, the Diamondbacks did.
That's right, yeah.
That Mulder, living in the Scottsdale area, saw Schilling or somebody, and they said, "We're glad we didn't face you guys in the World Series." But they had no chance. Of course, they knew those 3 pitchers, the big 3, the way they handled them before the break, and that was a fun weekend series. And that was 3 games where there were a bunch of NCs, no chances at all.
Carter to De Los Santos, and that's out number 1. So here's the Hudson beating Randy Johnson in Game 2 of that series.
Going to show Rock Raines hitting a home run leading off. But it was great. Matt Williams there, Ramon Hernandez. Oh, I'm sorry, it was 99 to Rock Raines hit it. So I knew he had a leadoff home run sometime.
2 years off.
Oh, well, yeah.
You're close. And it was a complete game, too. Yeah, that was a very good A's team and a very good Diamondbacks team. Kelly Johnson swinging a miss. So De Los Santos.
He's got a great arm. We have seen that for sure. Tremendous arm, and of course part of the Nick Swisher acquisition from Chicago was Sweeney. Wow, it's nasty. Gio.
Quick work of Kelly Johnson. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change, tune-up, and spawn experts. Check out this pitch.
Hard slider.
Now batting.
Real hard one down and into the left-hander.
So Josh Outman will not get his 4th win tonight. 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. And again, Chris Young was the guy who did all the damage. It didn't seem like Josh was in quite as good a rhythm as maybe he was his last outing in Philadelphia, where after that first inning he really settled in.
Well, if you recall, he started the road trip Tuesday in New York, faced the Mets, then pitched Sunday against the Phillies, and comes back on his 6th day. And so one day, you know, guys, I think they want to give him an extra day when they can. Sometimes it messes them up.
On the dive, and it's caught by Connor Jackson. Nice play. So Jackson went a long ways to take a hit away from Upton. 7th inning stretch. Coliseum. Bob Melvin and the Athletics trailing 4-0. So Joe Saunders, 6 hits through 6 innings. Was the out distribution, just a couple of strikeouts. He has not walked anybody. He doesn't wow you necessarily with his stuff, but he works the corners pretty well. You see a lot of inside outside.
Well, he's second only to Mark Burley in most induced double play ground balls, and he's gotten double plays one time tonight. That was a 4-6-3 back in the second inning. Could have almost turned one in the first inning if he can handle the ground ball by Coco Crisp.
And Connor Jackson pokes one into left field for a leadoff single.
30,000 plus would like to have something to cheer about a lot in the last 3 innings, and good start for the A's. They finally get a leadoff runner on base.
Catcher, number 8, Kurt Suzuki.
That'll be they had Chris Carter on in the second inning, but eliminated on the double play.
So Kurt Suzuki will hit. Trying to string some hits together against Saunders. The Fisher family. Eric works on our crew, as does Kira and their 2 boys. And they're having a good time. And their phone is going to start buzzing in about 4 seconds. Bounce right back to Saunders. Throws to second, and that's a double play. 1-4-3 on the double play. So the Fishers were not good luck.
Second inning, Chris Carter singled to right field. First pitch hitting Connor Jackson, double play, 4-6-3. Double by Connor Jackson, or a single by Connor Jackson. First pitch hitting Kurt Suzuki, 1-4-3 double play. And that's the old equalizer. And it's amazing how many times on a first pitch you think when you see something straight, it moves. And whenever there is a movement on the first pitch, you can get aggressive. Usually beat the ball on the ground, and that's why Joe Saunders has induced a lot of double play ground balls. So sometimes it's better to get a runner on base, take it. Take the pitch.
Marlins leading the Rangers 9-5, top of the 8th inning. Angels leading the Dodgers 7-1 in the 7th. No score between the Padres and the Mariners in the 4th. Breaking ball to DeJesus. He takes it for a strike. Ground out and a strikeout for DeJesus so far.
You know, because the A's are trailing this game 4-0, bottom of the 7th inning, I'm going to say something that normally we don't like to say. Game's going very quickly. And that means that these folks here, over 30,000, are going to have to wait around a while.
It's got to be dark for fireworks, and it's not really very close to
see, I
dark.
normally would not say that. I normally wouldn't say that, except the A's are trailing 4 runs. So in order to have this be a longer game, the A's need to get some offense.
Well, that's what's going to happen. Everything works out on fireworks night, except that Joe Blanton game, except that Mark Mulder game.
That's right. That's right. And there's nothing's going to stop that. And unless the A's can do something, Joe Saunders is going to change that.
Swing and a miss. Slider down and away. So that's strikeout number 3. And we're moving to the 8th. Still 4-0 Arizona. A's Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. Play the zone only at Cache Creek. Win a chance to play the Red Hot Zone. Visit CacheCreek.com for details. 4-0 Arizona. It is the 8th inning. A fireworks night. Crowd of over 30,000 tonight at the O.Co Coliseum. So young Pena Montero against De Los Santos. 96 miles an hour right on the corner. Chris Young says, okay.
I think Mr. DLS is impressing some people like the Diamondbacks and maybe some scouts in the stands. This young man's got a great arm. A nasty slider after a painted fastball. With this slider, wicked slider to the outside part of the plate, and actually might have been a strike anyway.
That one was not, but he swung at it anyways, so it is. Second strikeout for De Los Santos.
Well, that's the old chase slider, and it's Young a nice, great night as a matter of fact. But this hard slider, a ball when it left, and a ball when Kurt Suzuki caught it, but a swing and a miss. Backhanded by Suzuki for the strikeout. Very good pitch by De Los Santos. See why he gets the call whenever the A's are looking for an added guy in the bullpen. I think he could have a lot more important role eventually in the organization. More important than just coming in the game in which the A's are trailing for tonight. A little better Irvin Santana look, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, he had Tommy John surgery and certainly looks like he's back healthy from that, as hard as he's throwing. That can take a while.
He had that Tommy John surgery. Turn it another, make it another turn. Just tighten it up a little bit.
Yeah, that's right.
Pick it in there. Let's wind it up. A bionic arm, and that's what seems like a lot of those guys come back with that type.
Just takes a little while, but
yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah. Swing and a miss. Another chase slider, and Pena did exactly that.
Come out to the Coliseum for 80s Day on Sunday, July the 17th, when the A's face the Angels at 1:05 p.m. Limited number of field level tickets are available at a special turn back the clock price of only $19.89, and 15,000 fans will receive an MC Hammer bobblehead presented by Supercuts. For more information about 80s Day and tickets, go to oaklandathletics.com/1989.
First pitch strike to Miguel Montero.
I don't know if Montero is asking Jeff Kellogg if that was a strike. He might be asking, did you see that pitch? It's been thrown so hard.
Right on the corner, but outside. 87 miles an hour. Like a decent pitch.
That's a long name on the back of the uniform. That's why they call him DLS. DLS, De Los Santos.
So the 3-1 to Montero. Nady would be next. There, 96 mile an hour fastball.
This one is a catcher. You tell the hitter, here comes a fastball down the middle. It's going to be in mid-90s. Try to hit it. Montero tried, but could not get around on it.
That one is just a bit inside, so the 2-out walk to Montero will get Nady in at bat here in the 8th inning. Fourth walk issued by A's pitchers, first by De Los Santos.
Now batting, number 22, Xavier Nady.
So here's Nady, who has a hit tonight, a single in the 4th inning. Nady, one of the players we had in our list the other night of players who went to the University of California, Berkeley.
The X-Men. Well, against righties, Del Santo is almost a hitter, tough to make contact. 2 righties he's facing this inning. Young and Pena have not had a chance, both striking out on hard sliders away. Good slider on the corner, and since he's asking for this 0-2, actually asked him by just the turn of his head to throw to first base. Maybe Del Santos didn't know the signs for the pickoff attempt.
Slider on 0-2. Xavier Nady has been around, certainly. He was originally drafted by the Padres. That's who he got to the big leagues with. He's been with the Mets, the Pirates, the Yankees, the Cubs, and now the D-backs. Swing and a miss. 3 strikeouts for De Los Santos in the 8th inning. Bottom of the 8th coming up. 4-0 D-backs. Chris Young in the 1st inning. RBI single. Chris Young in the 3rd inning. That's an RBI double. And then Chris Young in the 5th inning. That's a home run, a 2-run shot. So Chris Young is the story tonight. 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs, and that's all the runs scored in the game. 4-7-0 for Arizona, 0-7-0 for the Athletics. So Rosales steps in, leading it off here in the bottom of the 8th inning against Joe Saunders. Saunders at 95 pitches. Fly ball to center field and a fly ball to right field for Rosales. As I look at the scorecard, the only time Joe Saunders has retired the side in order was the 5th inning. The A's have had trouble bunching hits together. Let's see, Razoban starts to throw another foul ball.
I just think the A's would like to get Saunders out of the game somehow. They should try somebody else. They've done nothing against him. Breslow, he's going to get the 9th.
Well, the most pitches Saunders has thrown this year is 116. Second most, 109. There's a leadoff walk. Blaze Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Roaring Camp Railroads. For a hold-up that's worth the wait, it's the great train robbery at Roaring Camp Railroads this 4th of July weekend. RoaringCamp.com. So that's the first walk issued by Joe Saunders. See if it's the start of a big inning for the A's as Week steps in.
This time after Saunders allowed leadoff hitter to get on base, did not throw the two-seamer, four-seam fastball, and Jamal Weeks took it. Jamal's smart hitter. He knows the A's need base runners. Got the leadoff man on, need some more. And if it means taking a few pitches, hitting with a couple of strikes, so be it.
Shoots one to the right side, but foul. So 1-2 the count. That is pitch number 103 for Saunders. Remember, the Diamondbacks closer, J.J. Putz, is on the disabled list.
Saunders might be his own closer.
Yeah. Dirt and nicely blocked by Montero. Padres have scored a run in the 5th to take a 1-0 lead over the Seattle Mariners. Bounced up the middle, and that's into center field for a base hit. Weeks has 2 hits, and the A's have 2 on and nobody out here in the 8th.
Well, once it got past Saunders, it was going to make its way into center field. Kirk Gibson asking Charlie Nagy, what do you think? Got a right-hander Sizemore. Saunders reaching back to the glove behind his back, and Kirk Gibson is going to go to his bullpen. If the A's can do something, not much against Saunders until this inning, a walk, a single, and Saunders exits after 7+ innings.
So when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. Nobody out, and it's Yancy Brazaban who comes in to face Scott Sizemore. Brazaban's first pitch is inside.
How do you spell his name?
Brazaban, right there. B-R-A-Z-O-B-A-N. Yancy Brazaban. He's made it back to the big leagues after being away for a while. Injuries. Had a pretty good run with the Dodgers. But on Wednesday, he pitched for the Diamondbacks against the Indians, and that was the first time he pitched in a big league game since May of 2008.
Let's hope Joe Saunders, who pitched brilliantly for 7+ innings, can walk in the clubhouse, see Mikey Thalman's great food spread after the game with a no decision. A good slider.
And a 1-2 count to Sizemore, who's 2 for 3. And that one somehow did not hit Sizemore as he jackknifes out of the way. 2-2 the count.
And no, folks, he wants to take one for the team, but not at 94 into the rib cage. He was able to get out of the way. It would have been nice if it grazed the number 29 on his uniform and a hit by a pitch, but boy, not the full-on slot.
Two pitch is a fastball that's high, and now it's a full count. Coco Crisp will be next. After Crisp, be Matsui. And we're going to see what that's called.
That's a balk. Oh. Wow.
We'll see where he went wrong on this.
Right there, the heel caught, his left foot caught, and not quite a pitch, but the left heel caught and stumbled.
He tried.
Yes, he did. You saw a highlight earlier. Tim Hudson, I think, was Huddy kind of tripped and fell off the mound. But the A's can only hope this will upset him just a little bit. As now all of a sudden they have a couple of runners in score position, but need to keep the inning going.
Three-2 again to Sizemore. That one's bounced towards short. Tough play for Bloomquist, but he makes it. That will get a run home as Rosales comes in to score, so it's 4-1. Gives Sizemore the RBI ground out. Pretty nice play by the shortstop.
Well, Bloomquist, a versatile player, and shows his versatility. Played the outfield, infield, Seattle, Kansas City, and now with the D-backs, and a very nice play. Accurate throw across his body, getting Sizemore by plenty.
So that was the first out. Sizemore gets his 12th RBI. And here's Coco Crisp, who takes a fastball on the inside corner for a strike. So 0-2. So this inning has got the big crowd into the game, which they have not had a whole lot to cheer about up until this uprising by the Athletics. Strike 3 call.
Wow. Yeah, that's Bob Melvin, because he could see the height. It definitely seemed low, and really surprised this was called strike 3, especially as low as it was. Coco can't believe it as he drops his bat. And that's the angle which Bob Melvin, and you could understand why he was complaining.
If it's low from that camera angle where you see the ball go past the kneecaps, if it's low on that, and it was low and it went past that front knee, then it's definitely a ball. So that's a frustrating at bat.
Well, and Coco, there's nothing he could do once he was called. The only thing he could do is argue and get ejected, and there's no way.
So Matsui will be looking for the 2-out hit.
Hoping Matsui would be coming up with 2 runners on base, and he would be the tying runner.
A's are now 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Tried to go down and in again to Matsui. Hideki is 0 for 3. He's grounded out to short twice and hit a fly ball to left field. So he's hit the ball to the left side 3 times, but that was against the left-hander Saunders. Brazoban is ready, and the 2-2 pitch. Right field, Upton coming in, he'll play it out of hop, and the run's going to score. Matsui with a 2-out hit, it's 4-2.
Roy stayed back, slider did not break as sharply, and Matsui with Upton in right field not trying to make the diving spectacular play, and the ball caught Brazoban, there's no doubt, because he got the ground ball, could possibly have been a double play, but instead the A's able to come up with a couple of runs, the ball dropping quickly in front of Upton. So excellent 2-out hitting. Now get into one, Chris Carter.
Way outside. Single, a fly ball, and a strikeout for Carter.
He had some laser shots in September when he came up the second time last year, and some balls that jumped off his bat quickly into the seats.
Good slider from Brazoban.
Saunders is a home run away by Chris Carter from getting a no decision.
And there's a base hit to left field. So he hit the slider. And there's nobody up in the bullpen, so this is Brazoban's inning, whatever happens.
Oh, and Connor Jackson, former Arizona Diamondback, phone ring into the bullpen, a slider. Chris Carter, boy, you can see he's got a chance to be a great hitter. Just watch the ball jump off his bat. That was a slider, but he's been removed for a pinch runner. Gets some speed at first, and Chris Carter getting a nice ovation. Couple of hits tonight.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen, for the minutes. Running for Chris Carter, number 50, Ryan Sweeney.
So Sweeney is the tying run. He's at first base. Matsui is at second for Jackson.
Oh, when you're not a home run hitting club, as much as you can hope for a long ball, Sometimes you just have to keep getting the singles, extra base hits. Bob Melvin knows that his club is limited with the long ball. Well, a great time to get one.
Jackson takes a fastball down at the knees. That game's a final in Arlington. The Marlins beat the Rangers 9-5. So Texas now 44-40 on the year. The 0-1 pitch. That one fastball, but just a little bit low.
According to Jeff Kellogg, just a little bit low. Barely just a little bit low.
Pop-up that's going to reach the seats.
And Joe Saunders walked one batter. That was in this inning to lead off the inning. Gonzalez with a walk. And after a weak base hit, he departed. So those 2 runs charged to him.
Slider, strike 3 call. Jackson knew it. So the A's get a pair, and we head to the 9th inning. It's now 4-2 Diamondbacks. Ninth inning from the O.co Coliseum. It's 4-2 Arizona. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. It's your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. Craig Breslow comes in. He will try to make quick work of the Diamondbacks and keep this a 2-run deficit. First pitch to Roberts is a strike. Faustino de los Santos, impressive 2 innings. 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Sweeney now in left field after pinch running. And Connor Jackson goes from left to first.
Connor Jackson would love to have that hanging slider back again, and it froze him and couldn't pull the trigger with the 1-2 count. There's no doubt he wanted to do something special against his former team.
Well, that was a good slider there.
Yep.
Razabon.
That one was one that Throws kind of right in the middle of the plate. It's not a sharp breaker away from the right-hander.
So 1-2 to Ryan Roberts. Parra will be next, and then Bloomquist. De Los Santos, 4 strikeouts in 2 innings. High fly ball toward the line and right. DeJesus has it. 1 out here in the top of the 9th inning. Join us tomorrow. The A's and the D-backs wrap up this series. Gio Gonzalez, Ian Kennedy. Don't be surprised if those 2 guys are both all-stars. Not out of the question at all. Coverage begins at 12:30 with A's pregame live. Complete A's coverage every night on Sportsnet Central and CSNCalifornia.com. So that's a good pitching matchup. Gio Gonzalez, Ian Kennedy. I'm just throwing my all-star predictions out there. I'm in an all-star mood, can't you tell?
I like that, yeah.
But that's just my thinking. Gio,
well, actually,
we know how good Gio's been.
Well, Gio's actually going to know probably before he takes the mound. Was it 9 o'clock tomorrow morning?
Yeah, that's right.
They got to make the announcement?
I think so. Rosales guns it. Oh, nice play.
That's textbook there, folks, and that is get into the backhand and without a stride and a very strong arm. Cliff Pennington, we know, and same with Adam Rosales. But watch this, just reach out to the right foot plant and a strong throw to Connor Jackson, and the speedy power is thrown out. Not even close. Adam Rosales with a cannon across the diamond. Very strong arm.
Here's Bloomquist for his 5th at bat. He's 1 for 4.
Normally, weren't the announcements made after the Sunday game? I don't know what time.
Yeah, now they have a full special.
That's true. Yeah, that's going to be.
That's probably the main reason.
So you'll have the monitor on there, and
we're going to know. Well, we'll know before the game. It'll be great.
That's right, because in Cleveland a couple of years ago with last year or year before?
No, I think it was 2, but you're right. It was like 3 o'clock or something, right?
Fausto Carmona. So the all-star for the Cleveland Indians, and he got choked. It's beaten.
David Hernandez is going to try to close this one for the Diamondbacks. Up the middle, and that's going to get through. A jam shot hit for Bloomquist. He's 2 for 5.
Yeah, the game started with Bloomquist doing that exact thing with a changeup from Josh Outman. Count was 0-1. A little bit harder hit than this one that got in on his hands.
Now batting, number 2, Kelly Johnson.
Kelly Johnson, a single and a walk. In the bottom of the 9th inning, it'll be Suzuki, DeJesus, and Rosales. And that's going to be against David Hernandez. Just a bit inside with the fastball. Angels are leading the Dodgers 7-1. A couple outs away from a victory. They could pick up a game. If they win that game, they'll be just 1 back, the Angels, of the Rangers in the AL West. So they're making a move a little bit, playing better lately, the Angels.
Well, very tight division, no doubt. That would make them 43-41 if they win. You mentioned the Rangers 44-40. So not taking off in this interleague schedule the way they did last year, where they were 14-4 interleague. This year now 9-8 after tonight's loss to the Marlins. Against the West, 9-9 of the Rangers.
Runner goes. Jackson is second, and Rosales is there, and that's it for Bloomquist. So side retired. Here we go, folks. Big crowd, and they're looking for some fun in the bottom of the ninth.
Is brought to you by Xfinity, home of the most live sports, and by Chevrolet. Go to ChevyBaseball.com to support youth baseball and help make a moment kids will never forget.
Well, the crowd is into it, and they're looking for some fun here in the bottom of the ninth, but the A's are down by 2, so they need 2 to tie and 3 to head home. So when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and spog experts. That is David Hernandez, who is filling in as the closer. Well, J.J. Putz is on the disabled list. Hernandez from Sacramento. We saw him with the Baltimore Orioles the last couple of years. The first pitch to Suzuki is way inside. Hernandez came to the Diamondbacks in the Mark Reynolds trade. That was this past offseason. Just a bit high, 2-0.
Jeff Keller is calling the pitch that's about shin high a strike. You can't call the ball that's waist high. And he did not. That looked like a pretty good pitch.
Side corner for strike. Hernandez, 25 years old, make that 26. He just turned 26 in May. 6'2", 250 pounds. Born in Sacramento, lives in Elk Grove. We thought, times we saw him with the Orioles, he started against the A's a couple times, but we thought he had a very good arm, and I know a lot of people said, you know what, he's going to be a better reliever, and that's exactly what has happened. 2-2 pitch is hit hard, a foul.
Well, Kurt Suzuki needs to find a way to get something started. Adam Rosales did it last inning with a leadoff walk.
On the ground to the shortstop, Bloomquist. And that's out number 1.
Time now for the Fremont Bank play of the game. How about this home run? But more importantly, rookie impact. How about this? A shot to left field, and watch this young man reach over and make the play. Right there. What about this guy? He's running.
Yeah.
And then he's got to explain to his lady friend, I was trying.
No, he wasn't.
No, he was not.
He was not trying.
He was running, but I'll tell you, the young man made a brilliant catch. What a great play. He is still there. He's hoping for his team to come back.
We like him.
Yeah.
We like that kid. Angels beat the Dodgers 7-1. That game just ending. Padres leading the Mariners 1-0, seventh inning. Inside corner strike to David DeJesus. He's looking for his first hit. Hit high in the air toward the line. Upton, he's going to have a play. And that's out number 2. DeJesus 0 for 4. And now it's up to Rosales to get himself on base.
Now batting, shortstop, number 7, Adam Rosales.
So Rosales walked and scored in the 8th inning. First pitch is a bit high. There's the hero for the Diamondbacks, Chris Young, with 4 RBIs. So 1-1 to count to Rosales. Weeks would be next if Rosales could somehow get aboard. Pop up, and that's up over our head into the value deck. So 1-2. The Rosales taking his time. Now he's ready. Bounce, but foul. Third baseline again. Tomorrow, good one. Gio Gonzalez, Ian Kennedy, 12:30 A's pregame live, and then the ball game at 1 o'clock. Day game on Monday as well, 4th of July.
A's wearing the green tonight. See if Gio goes back to the gold tomorrow. He wore the green in his last start, which was unusual. A home start wearing the green.
Strike 3 called, and that's the ball game. So Hernandez 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the 9th. He gets the save. Joe Saunders gets his 5th win of the year. So the Diamondbacks bounce back and take game 2 of this series. The final score 4-2. So tomorrow will be the rubber game of the series. Gonzalez against Kennedy. Again, the final score: Arizona Diamondbacks 4 and the Oakland A's 2. Don't go away. A's post game live with Jim Kozimor and Shooty Babbitt starts right now.